on you real quick here
okay.
and see what happens. At least someone is sitting out there in YouTube land.
Good.
And of course, after this, it'll get loaded up to YouTube. So we're live right now.
Good. Okay. So people are as they see it.
Yeah,
okay.
and with Seth Chandler, and we're at the PCGS Members Only Show, and we're
in Las Vegas.
Right. The city of lost wages. We're just visiting
Bingo. Yes.
Seth's money from the last time he was here.
Yeah.
Something like that. So. In the meantime, we wanted to get together and just talk about the coins, coin collecting, the coin community, coin shows, all of the coin things.
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, we got here. I got here yesterday, so it's been a day and a half. It's shocking how vibrant it is. It's definitely. I've been to a lot of PCGS shows. I've probably been to 25, and this is easily the biggest one and the one with the most buzz. I don't know why, I can't predict it, but hats off to PCGS for hosting it, maybe marketing it very well. I think it's also like before Christmas, people like to go out and kind of have fun in Vegas, but it's definitely been busy here for sure.
Yeah, we've been very busy. I mean, I was kind of told we wouldn't see too much public just because it's a members only kind of show, but we've had a lot of public. Have you seen many? Have you had a lot of people coming up to your table? They're just public versus dealers.
I've had a lot of people coming to the table. I've had a lot of people that I didn't want to come up to the table too as well. Like specifically you, Ben.
I did find my way around the room. Okay. If it weren't for a circle, if there was any place where I had an option to turn, I never would have found you.
Right. Well, this is what's interesting is this is when you know you're busy. I'm always like, I realize like when you're here as a dealer, you are doing business, we're having fun. So I'm very careful not to interrupt anybody. But I was getting like a drink of water and I saw you and I'm like, holy crap, it's Ben, I gotta go say hi. I probably did a flyby 4 or 5 times because you were so busy. I hate to interrupt. That's why even near the end of the day, I was like, hey, I really hate to interrupt, but I've walked by here 5 times trying to say hello. So it's been busy for both of us. Oh, by the way, folks can ask questions too, and we could try to answer them too as well.
Yeah, well, I've tried to call a live call-in show that didn't work so well, but so people can comment and stuff on there, and then it'll pop up on the screen in front of us. So those of you who don't know, this is quasi-educational because first of all, we're getting together and hanging out, but also just to so Seth can see how little technology it takes to do this.
This is cool.
And because I don't do technology, and just the fact that I can do this is pretty amazing.
You're teaching me. This is good. I'm like the old guy here.
That's it. We do educational stuff, and this guy's representing U of A. Look at this. I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
he's buttering me up.
Yeah, you have a lot of followers in here. My daughter is here. She's a freshman, so she's off for Christmas break, so she's helping out today. Yeah. Her goal is to make $800 today. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, especially she doesn't know coins, but hey,
Well, especially if she's just going to be on her phone all day.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of a problem. Well, maybe she could create some content or something like that.
So at a show like this, do you expect? What's the dealer engagement level?
Okay.
Should it be like for the customer?
Okay.
As they're coming in.
Should I just explain what a PCGS invitational show is? Because I think a lot of people don't know.
It's a little bit different. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's much different. Okay. So really, there's 3 styles of shows. Then there's actually a PCGS show, or an NGC trade and grade, they call them. So you have your small local coin shows, which are the heart of the hobby. 20 to 40, 50 dealers. Sometimes they're in a high school gym. Don't you love when they're in the high school gym?
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, with the basketball net still down, not even raised. So then you have a medium-sized regional show, which is, something like, it covers the Southeast or a Long Beach or a Baltimore. Then you have your huge national shows, which is like the ANA, which is like the fun show where it's 600 dealers. So I highly encourage anyone that's into coins to try to go to one of each. Most likely you're going to go to a lot of your local shows because they're everywhere.
Coin club shows.
Yeah, coin club shows. And again, they're the heart of the hobby. Go out there and have fun. But a PCGS show is a little bit different. Now, what makes it different, first of all, is that they typically will have a grading team here, and they will grade your coins at the show. I don't see the graders. I don't know what room they're in. It's a big hotel, but it's all very, very private, and they grade your coins. Obviously, you have to pay more, but it's a business transaction. Hey, we'll grade your coins at the show. You get them back within a day or two, depending on how much you pay. But it's available to everybody who's a PCGS members-only member. So that's the first thing that sets it apart. And it's not open to the public, but if you become a PCGS member, which is very little in terms of cost, then it's open to you. So it's theoretically open to the public if you just sign up and become a PCGS member. And there's way more benefits to becoming a PCGS member than just attending the show. You get access to coin facts, get access to a lot of different things. You actually get some free grading coupons, right?
What with their memberships, I think they have the membership and you get grading. What's the, for you, with the differences in the show styles, what's the plus and minus for you as a dealer at this show?
Okay, great question. The plus is I get to interact with people. When I'm at a major show, even a smaller show, I am just slammed. Like I need 5 of me. Sometimes I'm recording stuff,
It feels like I've got 5 of you right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm just all over the court, right? 3 cups of tea, that'll do it to you, right? Yeah. I get fired up when I go to a coin show.
You're only at level 3 right now.
Yeah,
I know. Thanks for holding back. Thanks for holding back.
Yeah. But I like to sit and kind of do this, hang out, talk to my friends. Because, at my coin shop, I'm very busy all the time. And it's nice to be able to chill out and talk to a high level coins with other people, chill out, get updates with you. Because if you were to see me at an ANA or I'll see you, you would be slammed. We're just a lot busier.
Ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And then with collectors, it's nice to be able to sit down and have a 30-minute conversation with a collector just to see what they're thinking.
Rushed.
Yeah, not feel rushed. Just have fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah, I've kind of felt that was the same here, where it really feels like you have, because it's a little more intimate.
Yeah.
It's not as busy or as crowded, and you feel like you can sit down and spend some time with people.
Yes.
And not small chit chat, gotta go.
Well, people come up to your table all the time. That's the thing at a bigger show. So here it's a little bit more, you're uninterrupted, which is great.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So you just have more time to kind of hang out and chat coins.
And what's the thing that's a little harder maybe about this show as a dealer?
Harder
a little
is
more challenging, something like that.
It's that they really do a good job at taking care of us with the food, and so you tend to eat a lot. So the business side of it is I eat a lot.
The problem. It's like there's a lot of food.
The food is great. They serve like a 5-star breakfast.
Yeah.
They serve a 5-star lunch, and then they wheel out ice cream like at 3 or 4 o'clock. So within 6 hours, you're probably having like 4,000 or 5,000 calories.
Yes.
So you got to be really careful.
How many calories should we be having?
We should be by then 1,500 to 2,500 all day. So it's tough. And then obviously
I know coins, not calories, so I'm not as good at that. So.
Yeah. But there's a lot of pros and cons. Very little cons though. I mean, it's just, this is what it is. I mean, it's a quick show for me. It's an hour flight coming in from San Francisco, so it's easy. It's easy. What about for you?
Well, it's my first time doing the show, and so it's been a little bit like what you said. I mean, it's the intimate nature is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice to have a little bit more time with customers and other dealers.
Yeah.
We were still pretty busy yesterday to the point where I didn't really get to walk the floor so much. But it's not a very big floor to walk. It's I think they limit it to something like 30 or 35 dealers. It's not a lot. And so I go to walk the show right now, and Seth grabs me. He's like, "Come on, let's do something." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm away from my table right now in the middle of the day, just because. Yeah. Because we can.
Yeah.
And so.
But somebody's watching. You have somebody there. It's very safe. There's a lot of security and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel loosey-goosey.
But there could be Elon Musk walking the floor. He walks to your table.
He would walk to
I'm
your
looking
table.
for a really good coin dealer, and you're not there.
No. Yeah, I just lost my chance to meet Elon Musk, guys.
Right.
That's what happened. So, and then, and like you talk about, the only maybe downside is the intimate, yes, there's pros and cons where like you don't have as much retail business necessarily. But at the same time, the people that are coming in the doors are people that are very interested in coins and coin collecting. And that's another plus where
you're hardcore.
That's right. You have people that come in and they know what they're talking about. Yeah. They know what they're looking for. They're not coming in and asking you questions about things that are YouTube hype type stuff. Right. TikTok hype type stuff. It's like, no. They can get nuanced. They can talk to you about strike quality on the coins they collect.
Yes.
All of those things. And it's an opportunity to learn because I get people coming in and tell me and show me the stuff they collect. And it's like, wow, that's, you learn from your customers as much as you do from other dealers.
Especially that just chill feedback. You're just kind of going back and forth versus being so transaction oriented, But yeah, it's good. And you have like John Dan Ruthers here. He's the godfather of numismatics, the finest numismatist alive today. And anyone who walks through that door could sit there and he'll spend all the time with you. It's great. That's a huge advantage. You got some of the sharpest numismatists really in the country, in the world, in this room.
So an advantage for a collector to come in is to be able to have a little more time with dealers than they would probably have if you go to a really big show where the dealer may be swamped the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, so
I really feel bad sometimes when I'm at a big show. That's why I always tell people, like, it doesn't matter how busy you may think I am, how many coins I'm, please still come up and say hello or something, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I always appreciate people who get something out of what we do. You know, it's a responsibility, and I thrive off that. Hey, I like these kind of videos, you know, when you do more, and it's a full circle, but don't ever like, oh, he's busy. I mean, I know I'm busy, and I'm like, look like I'm busy, but I ain't busy enough to say hello to people, all right? It's as simple as that. You know? Especially if you're a Hawaiian, if you're a young kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interrupt.
That's right.
Interrupt.
We should make something that you can throw at the dealers safely. Like
throw a coin. I mean, that'll get my
attention.
Yeah, that'll get my attention.
Just wave $100
bill. A roll of toilet paper.
You put a $100 bill out there, and he'll be.
Okay, here it is. Here's the easiest way to get any coin dealer's attention in a coin show. Unplug their lamp. Right? It's like
dirty tricks.
And hold the plug.
Dirty
you know.
tricks.
Okay, now you got to talk to me.
Dirty
you know?
tricks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I thought you were going to say, you know, put a $100 bill on the floor and they'd follow it around. But But very cool. Well, I'm gonna really quick just glance down here.
Yeah. Any questions? Fire away. Type them up. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't actually make Thomas. I did not actually make Seth wear that shirt. He did that on his own to kind of butter me up. He's a mastermind at this type of stuff.
Yeah. You know, my
my
daughter
head.
goes. My
he's
daughter.
In my head.
It's an adopted university for me. My daughter goes to.
But he'll come to Tucson and eat the food. CG asking how many of those 66 Morgans did we sell the other night? I think we sold 2/3 of them, which was good.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Where'd you sell them?
So we did a live stream Tuesday night, and the only thing I showed was $66.
Oh, that's
cool.
I
had like 21 of them, and I think there's like 8 or 9 left, something like that.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
And so we sold some that night. I had people just email, hey, I want that coin if it's available. Boom.
Right.
Told them it'll ship out on Monday. And then we had other people that actually came by the show. It's like, hey, I'm here in Vegas. I saw the stream last night.
Yeah.
Can I look at those in person? And
That's
like,
cool.
yeah. And if I had left, they got to look at them.
That's great. MS66 Morgans, folks, are one of the best deals around.
Beautiful.
I think. A hell of a Morgan for the money. Hell of a Morgan.
I tell people, if you're not into Morgans, but you want a type coin, just go get yourself a nice MS66 Morgan. And you can go blast white, you can go toning, whatever you want.
You show that to a non-collector, they're like, whoa.
Right?
You know? Yeah,
the jaws just drop. Yeah. That's it. So, all right. Yes, Gardener Earth Guy, my artificially toned, 100% artificially toned. That's asking about my lanyard there.
Oh, I like that's custom lanyard.
Yeah, we got the custom lanyard.
We got Wittercoin U ones. I need to start bringing them to shows.
Yeah, why give these out?
That's
These
cool.
are my best seller.
Yeah.
All right. Is this the golden age of coin collecting today? Rick's firing at us. What do you think?
That's a great question. I think it's going to get better. You know, one thing that I've been amazed by, you know, I went all in, kind of more or less full time with Wittercoin probably in 2019. You know, I took over the business in 2016. And, you know, casually when I tell like other friends and family or parents of my kids at other schools, you know, like, hey, what do you do? I have a little coin shop. Nearly more than half of everyone, they light up, they tell some story about coins. There's a lot more coin collectors out there. And, you know, we're now on Whatnot. We've been doing some live streams on Whatnot. And sometimes I'll ask, has anybody ever heard of Wittercoin? The majority haven't, or Wittercoin University. So I think that's great. You know, most collectors do. And so therefore, there's just so many opportunities out there. I think so many more collectors are coming into the game, which is great. You know, it's a hobby that's growing by leaps and bounds. Of course, it's going to go through cycles. Things go, you know, market cycles happen. But golden age, yeah, this is definitely a great time. But I think in 10 years, it's going to be even more.
So should people really be concerned that prices go down as well as up? I mean, as a collector.
Well, you know, as a collector, you want to get the most coin for your money, and if your coin goes down in value, or you know,
I like this. I'm gonna interrupt here and just say, this is a great point. Like, when the market goes down, you have an opportunity to buy stuff for less money than you previously did.
Yes.
And a lot of people get upset because the coins they bought before have gone down in value as well, and I understand that. But really, there's a positive side to it, which is you have an opportunity, your dollar goes further, and you can buy coins that maybe you couldn't afford 2 years ago or whatever.
Exactly, definitely great point. I mean, I always tell people that coin collecting is the long game. You know, I don't care what you're building. You know, if you're building an XFAU Lincoln Cent set and like perfect XFAU, that's a multi-year project, no doubt. So you think the long game, and of course, usually the great coins you tend to overpay for, but it tends to work out over time. So I always think the long haul, but when things go down, which they will at some point, try to buy more coins if they become available. But just really stay focused on the bigger picture, which is buying great coins for the price.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Let's see, we got Thomas is saying his vote is this is the Bronze Age. I like Bronze Age. I like that. Well, if you collect the right type of coins, they're all bronze, right? So AC says thanks for being the two guys who seem like they're happy and actually enjoy what they do. It draws people in. All the best in 2023.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is exactly right. Also, I 100% have been on both sides of the counter, and I still am on both sides of the counter. Like I still go up.
Isn't it both sides of the coin?
Yeah, well, that's another expression.
Okay, got it.
As a dealer versus a collector, and I've dealt with plenty of dealers, even as a dealer when I deal with dealers, where I'm like, dude, get over yourself. Like there's just always, there's certain people that you run into and you're like, really? And the fact that he mentions that it's fun and it should be fun.
Yeah.
You can take your coin collecting seriously and yourself not so much. You can have a nice time. And it is. And this has been, that's the one thing that I've had. I've had a nice time here just because there's enough guys that have come up and talked, either dealers or customers. They're enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not snooty library hour. It's, let's get together and hang out and talk coins, which can be fun.
Like I said, that's my favorite part, is to hang out and talk coins. Easily. But there's grumpy people in every business or every environment.
Yes.
You got grumpy neighbors, you got grumpy plumbers, grumpy doctors, lawyers. Yes. You just got to weed through those people. Don't take offense if some grumpy coin dealer kind of, turns you off. Just keep going. You're going to find your people. I've always recommended that collectors that have similar passions, let's say you collect Morgan dollars or silver bars or seated halves, you're going to reach out and you're going to find other collectors that collect the same thing. And those are your buddies, those are your bros.
You make community.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see, we had a question here that said, what is it? California Matt's asking, what is each of your favorite Morgan dollars? If you had just one favorite Morgan dollar, so you can go with grade, you can go with year, you can go with VAM. I mean, that's a pretty broad category.
A buddy of mine has an 1895 proof Morgan dollar, which is the key date. It's a proof 67 plus cameo with gorgeous toning. It was on the cover of the PCGS Rare Coin Market Report a few years ago. That's my favorite individual Morgan dollar that I've ever seen. I guess for a business strike.
That's going to be hard to top.
Yeah. For a business strike.
Give me a Farron Zerbe 21D branch mint proof.
That's cool.
That I just really geeked out on you guys right now. That's half of you don't even know what I just said. I don't even know what I just said.
I don't even know what you just said. But half the time I don't. I'm just kidding.
That's true. I do mumble.
You want to explain it?
I mumble.
So they learn?
No, I don't teach here.
Okay.
So, well, there are branch mint proofs, right? So Seth was just talking about, you got the mint proof, you got the proof coin. 1895 is a proof only issue. A lot of the Morgan dollar series, the years they made proof coins, they made anywhere from about 100, 600, some up to 1,000. But then at some of the branch mint, so not the Philadelphia mint. When someone says branch mint, they mean not Philadelphia. So you're talking about Charlotte, Dahlonega, Carson City, Denver, San Francisco. There are coins that are certified and considered to be a proof strike, or sometimes they just call it a specimen, but a proof strike from one of those mints.
Yeah.
So Farron Zerbe was a numismatist in the early 1900s who dealt with a lot with mint officials, I guess.
He was a promoter, had coins made.
He was a
gangster.
Farron Zerbe. Oh my gosh, I just realized it.
He's a little gangster.
Have you come back in time through a time machine?
Yeah, right.
That's it.
He was a gangster.
But yeah, I've seen photos of some of his setups. And he has like money clipped from paper clips hanging down through the ceiling.
He helped the hobby tremendously. He really kind of.
But he had some of these things actually struck up.
Yeah.
And as a specimen. And so anyways, there you go. There's like way too much information about
Farron Zerbe proof 21.
Right. How many times can we say Farron Zerbe?
It's a weird term, isn't it? It's actually a name.
Yeah, but like how many times has that name been uttered in public?
Yeah.
Ever. We've just broke some type of.
Yeah, never. Always remember, folks, people who make things make special things every now and then. So the mint, things just exist that a couple of guys at midnight decide to, hey, let's make an 1895 Morgan dollar in proof. that looks exactly like a proof. So it's legit. It's made by the Mint. So yeah.
Do you ever see the market, as David's asking, for these crazy toned coins to take a downturn? I think they've softened a little bit from what I can tell.
Yeah.
They're still really popular. Like, I still see guys really looking for certain types of toning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are new to it that are they're learning what type of toning they like.
Yeah.
So John Albanese has talked about how he likes kind of that crusty old toning, which I kind of like, but he says the market doesn't. So I know what he means, because I like him and I show him to people and they're like, no, I want the other one. Like, okay, well. But I think we're seeing a little bit off the top of the prices, but I think the demand's still going to be pretty strong.
For bag tone Morgans, like crazy stuff? Yeah, it's definitely, it's an esoteric market. It's different. There's definitely a huge demand, but I think it's probably going to be very, very volatile, like it has been. And personally, I question a lot of them, whether or not they're original or not. So, you got to pick your spots. The people that are involved with like bag tone, high-end tone Morgan dollars are insanely passionate. It's a cult. And I think sometimes that could get in the way of sometimes some common sense that I feel about how these coins were toned. But it is what it is, So.
Yeah, it is important to understand. And it's hard because for a collector, you don't have the same access sometimes to seeing the repetition of seeing coins coming out of old packaging or, and even then, this new generation of kids and graders and whatnot, they don't have the same opportunity of, they're looking at coins that are already in holders.
Yeah.
They're not even being trained necessarily with coins that were coming out of old mint bags or old packaging.
Right.
And so you're really relying on trying to understand this from another perspective, from someone who hasn't actually handled the coins. So it's almost like, but the warning is for someone who's in that market to really try to learn what is correct toning, what's artificial toning or artificial coloring, and distinguish the two. Here's a hint, by the way, when you're at a show, because I've had this happen many times. If you're at a coin show and you see a guy, and this is usually with all raw coins, I haven't seen too many slab coins that I felt were off, but we see raw coins, and he'll have Eisenhower dollars, and he'll have bust dollars, and he'll have everything in between, and they all have the same blue tone to them.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen this?
Run. Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Run.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah.
Not a good look. You got to be careful on that stuff. So.
I mean, if you want to jump into it, there's a lot of great resources out there, but like in any type of collectible, especially with an exotic focused area like Tone Morgan's, work with a dealer that specializes in that. You can't go wrong. You're going to pay a little bit more, as an advisor, but you're going to be much better off in the long run.
I just talked to a guy. He had a really amazing early dollar that he showed me that he bought, and old time collector. And I was joking about how don't fall in love with a pretty face, But and he said fall in love with a pretty face, pay too much, and then take it home.
Yeah.
And what we're talking about was how he has over the years bought things. Almost always they were things that were, at the time, maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, his collection is really
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always overpay for the right coins. The whole trick is knowing what the right coin is.
That's a good way of putting it.
Because if I have a coin, let's use round numbers, that I'm pretty sure is a $100 coin, and I stretch and I bid and I pay $125 for it, I'm like, but then you look at the coin, it makes you happy. Because the reason why you overpaid is you looked at dozens of others that were similar, and you realize this is it. It's worth way more than the average one. And what happens is you may have overpaid that day, but years down the road, when you come time to sell or auctions, other serious collectors just like yourself who understands how tough it is to find that coin with that look are also going to overpay. So when the coin's worth $500 on paper, it's going to go for $700 or something, Yeah. Good coins, eye-appealing coins always bring strong money, period.
And especially, you're talking about, like you said, the long play. Like if you're a collector, really you should be thinking about long-term everything.
Every
if you're in something for the short term, you're not really a collector.
No.
You're a
speculator. Whole new ballgame. I never combine the word investment in coins. I have no idea what's going to happen in the future.
No, you got to do it for the hobby.
Yeah.
So El Pandy's asking here, let's see, looking for a 1907 high relief Saint. Have you seen some around there, and what's a good price point on those? I've seen probably a dozen of them kicking around. But a good price point, well, it depends on what grade you're looking for. But
sure. I don't want to advertise. We got one for sale, okay?
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to advertise.
But it's not through Witter. It's not through Witter Coin, is it?
Yeah, we have one. Yeah,
okay.
We always do. If I was to recommend,
always do.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah. Well,
I always have a shirt.
Yeah, well,
He always has a high release.
Okay, so
this guy.
I love high release. They are my favorite coin by far. And so therefore, we have always made an effort to always kind of have a nicer one in inventory. And I believe that the best value grade is like a 62, 63 CIC approved example. Yeah. That's like right before the next grade up goes up 50%.
So are those
goes
like
and doubles
20, 22,
mid-20s, upper 20s on a 2.
So we can tell you where the decimal point is at. That's like 25,000 ballpark.
Yeah.
So, but I will say I have seen some AU58s that are stunning.
Yeah.
And if you can grab an AU58, I don't know what the market is right now, 18 to 20,000.
We just sold an AU58 CAC for 19, 18.
Yeah.
Came in over the counter, yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, you know, the budget's everything, and whatever you're collecting. Yeah. I mean, you were just talking about moving zeros here, so this applies. Of course, we're talking about an expensive coin.
Yes.
But the same thing is really true with the $100 example or the $10 example of just, you know, just kind of understanding what the market is. And sometimes a nice AU coin, if it fits your budget, is a great way to go.
Another thing about high release is, you know, I don't know whoever his finances or his personal situation, but I would assume that's a very large purchase. That is a big thing. Take your time. You know, there's no rush. They are available. They are the most common rare coin. They're out there. Like how many did you say you've seen?
There's probably at least a dozen.
Yeah, and we always have one in stock. They're there. So take the time to look at a lot of them in person. You know, go to coin shows, go to the ANA, go to the fun show in January, and get a feel for how they should look. And then you're just going to find the right one, and it's going to work out. But take your time on that. It's a big deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. G'day, mate. Hi, Cookie from Melbourne. I'm so excited to have someone here from Australia on a live stream. That makes me happy. Say hi to Kanye if you see him. All right, let me see here. What else? Okay, this one's for Seth. How can you get Ben in charge of the U.S. Mint? Go.
How do you know he's already not in charge of the U.S. Mint? Yeah, right.
Mind
behind the scenes,
man. That's it.
it.
How active is the EAC today? I was thinking about joining, but I have not found much beyond their website. So I haven't seen anyone here that I know is an EAC member. I have some customers that are EAC members. That's an early American copper collectors. They're a fun group of guys. They are super hyper diligent about copper coins, especially large cents. And you know, the earliest large cents, and that's kind of their wheelhouse. Some of them will kind of travel into the realm of other early copper, condor tokens and stuff, or into 1837. Yeah, colonials.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the bad economy coins, metals from the 1830s. Why can't I think of the word? Hard times?
Oh, hard times tokens. Yeah, and then Civil War tokens.
It actually is in the title.
Yeah.
Hard times tokens.
I mean, there's no downside to joining. Yeah. I know there's, you know, it's an older school club, so there's probably not a lot like on social media or on their website. Yeah. I think their presence, you'll feel their presence at a bigger show when they all get together and meet up, you know.
That's a good point. Yeah. So the ANA twice a year, there'll be EAC guys. The EAC guys also have their own shows, typically once a year. They'll find different spots for it. If you really like early copper, I definitely look into, like Seth said, go check those guys out. And just see, they're going to be a lot more important and impressive in person. Than, like you said, you're right, I don't think they've got the web presence.
No, but this gentleman collector.
Maybe they could pay your daughter to do
right.
Because then she could earn her money for the day.
Right, the $800. But you know, another idea is, you know, you're in the CAC, you're in the copper coins, the gentleman who asked the question, when you reach out and join, since you understand YouTube and how YouTube Live works, you could kind of, you know, help them create a video, you know, that helps promote the club to get other people into it. I'm always, you know, we're both big about education and kind of promoting the hobby.
All right, has there been much talk about CAC's grading service? Here at the show, I've talked to some collectors about it. I haven't really talked much to dealers about it. A little bit here and there.
I think there's a little bit of talk. Most of the talk has already happened, I think. The last like 2 months.
Fair.
So I think most people have kind of had their conversations about it, understand what's going to take place. Now it's just like, okay, we're just waiting.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, the conversations have already happened.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. How was the hockey game? All right, I'm just yelling at people walking by here. That's really gonna go good.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Sorry, we're live. You have to.
What's up, man? I'm Seth.
We'll take live questions next.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah. Well, he can ask a question if he wants. He's ready. So live. Do you have a question?
We're actually live right now.
Yeah. Do you have a question? Anything about coins?
Oh, look at this. You put him on the pressure.
Of course, yeah.
10-ounce Coops in a new tour.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no.
Always a comedian. These guys from Chicago, they all think they're
Yeah.
funny. They all think they're funny. That's how it goes. That's right. So we got a couple questions about how I look older here than I do in the
You look really young, dude.
in the store. But someone else mentioned that I'm actually 70, which is only my spirit age. So that's about right. All right. So Jose, welcome to the live stream. Kevin also. Good afternoon. Good to have you guys. What do you think is an underrated coin to collect? Oh, the ever growing question of the redheaded stepchild in numismatics.
It's a staple.
It's always the V-nickel.
V-nickel.
It's always the V-nickel.
I'm still a huge fan of like seeded coins. I think
You think they're underrated?
Yeah, undervalued. Yeah, because I think people don't understand them. But once you dive into like seeded $50, the problem is it's so daunting. There's so many mints, but you could buy.
It's really broad.
Yeah, you could buy great coins that are like a couple hundred are known for $200, $300, $400 that are perfectly original. So I've always been a big fan of like mid-grade, very original seeded coinage.
Yeah. Yeah, underrated's kind of tough because then you start talking about how, how appreciated is the coin. It's like easy to identify the things that people collect heavily.
Yeah.
And then once you get beyond that, though, everyone kind of feels like they're the ones that are left out of the club.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like
seeded coins.
Yeah. Double mint marked Roosevelt dimes in the 1950s. Everyone kind of has their thing.
That's right. Yes.
Everyone's passionate. That's what makes coin collecting awesome. Is that there's a million different ways to collect.
Yeah.
The thing is, you and I only may be passionate about 5 of those, you know what I mean? Yeah. But every time there's a serious collector about something, even though I'm completely not interested, I hear them out. I want to hear like what makes them tick, why they collect, like triple punch mint marks of only Roosevelt dimes in the 1950s. I want to hear it.
It sounds like a conversation you've had.
Yeah, for sure.
It sounds like a conversation I've had too.
Yeah, when you work in a coin shop, you have all kinds of crazy conversations.
Yeah, it's good though. But honestly though, that's one of the things that's so nice about being again at the show, bringing it full circle a little bit is to be able to talk to people about their passions and their interests.
Yeah.
And like I said, you really do learn from them because it's sitting there and hearing them talk about what they're looking for in a coin, why they're looking, and they've got all their own reasons for stuff. Yeah. Right. So
part of one of my favorite things to do is when you have a collector who's trying to figure it all out. And for you and I, we have the answers, and it's so nice to be able to like, this guy's struggling, he's on Google, he's asking a million questions, he spent hundreds of hours thinking, and you're just able to go, well, here's some ideas, boop, boop, you kind of map it out for them.
Well, it's the same reason why you always go to professionals when you need help. Yeah. Do it yourself, dentistry, do it yourself, lawyers. It's not really a good end result. No. You saved some money up front, but the rest of the time, same thing, Google is not really the answer for coin collectors ever. It's community, it's other coin dealers, it's other coin collectors, and finding people that you can trust. And by the way, the same guy that I was talking about earlier, amazing coin, dollar coin that he had bought and he was showing me, we had the conversation. There's not all coin dealers are made the same, and there's guys out there that aren't on the up and up. So yes, but there's plenty of guys that you can find that you can trust. Right. There's plenty of guys out there that you can spend time with and learn from. Yeah. And so it's a matter of, if you live in different areas of the country, sometimes it's a matter of, if you live in a coin desert, someplace where they don't have dealers or shows, and, it can be harder. But, really one of the goals is community and finding somebody that you can trust.
Go to your local coin shop. I think that's where it all starts. Don't you think? It's the cornerstone of the hobby.
California Matt says, ask Seth about the coin toilet seat he acquired. I was at the Walnut Creek Coin Show.
Oh, you saw it?
The guy sold it to his employees. This is funny because I thought he was going to go a different direction with this question.
No. Have you seen the video about it?
No. I'll have to look it up. But I have 2 coin toilet seats at the store.
2? Wow. So you're a collector just like me.
That's right.
Yeah, I got you.
We are full of what.
What's yours grade?
Yeah. It's it's a straight grade. That's all that matters with the CAC on it.
Got it. Okay.
I wasn't going for anything high grade. I just wanted a straight grade. You don't want anything clean.
Yeah, no cleaned. It's light wear on it. It's been used, but yeah. So in a nutshell, since you were at the show, I think it was Walnut Creek show. I wasn't there, but then they told me that like a few days later, like you would not believe what we bought, and some guy apparently like walked in with a coin toilet seat, like out in the open, straight to our table to sell it back to us, and he also had a framed appraisal from Dean Dean Witter, our founder, actually appraised the toilet seat because it's got better foreign coins in it,
fun.
and had an appraisal. I don't know what it was, a couple $100, 20 years ago, and yeah, so we have it. We have the framed appraisal over the toilet seat right now.
Well, I didn't realize that there was a backstory to relating to your shop.
Yeah.
So the shop. How old is the shop from its founding?
1960 is when it started.
Oh man, okay, that's good. That's cool.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So then occasionally you find like old good for wooden nickels. Was there stuff that he used as promotional materials
Great
and
question.
advertisements?
We have a whole cabinet, one of his original cabinets that he made in 1960, full of Witter Coin, the business memorabilia. I have his original accounting journals. I have our permit from the city of San Francisco from 1960. That's cool. We were advertising in Cordon World when it came out in 1961. We have our original ads. It's like, so it's all like this whole memorabilia. Dean was just like, he was like looking at me like, why are you saving this? I'm like, Dean, come on, it's a cornerstone of the business.
That's cool.
So we have really cool stuff from day
cool.
one, because Dean saved everything.
All right. Well, we got greetings from Nashville, and I think it's time to get back to our tables here in a little bit.
Okay.
Some St. George coins. Oh man, here we go. We've got. I think really though, because it's time is of the essence. I need to get back to the table.
Okay, cool.
You need to get back to the table.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
March A&A.
Phoenix.
We'll both be there. Phoenix A&A.
Oh yeah.
We'll do something like this again.
Oh yeah.
If we don't see each other before then. Anyways,
I'll be in
guys,
Tucson before then. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone who had the chance to see this live. Thanks for stopping in.
Cool.
Appreciate you taking time during your day. Either it's 7 a.m. in the morning in Australia, or maybe you're actually cutting out a lunch. Maybe you're working right now. Working right now.
Yeah.
All of those things. All right.
Watching
so
two coin nerds.
that's it. That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
guys.
y'all. Okay. Bye bye now.
Thanks for joining.